Welcome to Bayanat, the heartbeat of tech in MENA. We bring you raw stories and sharp insights from the founders, investors, and leaders building the region's startup ecosystem. Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving into a truly compelling story. The journey of Iham Kusire, the founder and CEO of Al-Mukhtar, a classifieds platform built specifically for Syria. We'll explore the remarkable realities of launching a tech startup in a nascent and, well, uniquely challenging ecosystem.
It really is a powerful story. What's fascinating here is how IHAM's experience offers incredible insights for any founder navigating difficult markets, right?
Absolutely. Or any investor looking for resilience.
Exactly. And really any professional trying to understand how innovation truly emerges against the odds. This raises an important question. What does it take to build something sustainable when every external factor seems to be working against you?
A huge question. Let's start at the beginning. Iham didn't just wake up and decide to build a classifieds platform in Syria. His journey began after graduating from the Arab International University in Syria, then moving to Qatar.
Right. And that move was key. He ended up at FutureGate Software.
And there he worked on Qatar Sales mobile app, which, really came to dominate Qatar's vehicle classifieds market.
Yeah, so that gave him really valuable hands-on experience with successful vertical marketplaces. He saw what worked.
He also worked on PharmaFlow there, also with FutureGate.
So he was building solid tech experience.
No.
But if we connect this to the bigger picture, the real spark for Al-Mukhtar came from a pretty common pain point.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
He was looking for a place to live on Qatar Living, the big platform there, and he got so frustrated with the filtering system, he just couldn't narrow things down.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
So that planted the seed.
Exactly. The seed for a platform with really powerful, intuitive filtering tools. That was his aha moment, seeing that need for precision.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. Iham's vision wasn't just some quick MVP. Not at all.
No, he was incredibly meticulous.
He spent 6 focused months in 2019 just researching classified platforms. We're talking Middle East, Europe, the U.S., big names like Dubizzle, Craigslist, you name it.
Trying to figure out what really worked, what the dApps were.
And get this, he taught himself Figma, UX principles,
Yeah.
personally designing every feature, every flow, every filter. He wanted a full product from day one.
Which is pretty intense planning. But then this raises an important question. What happens when life throws you a curveball? Personal circumstances forced a major strategic pivot.
Right, he'd planned to launch in the UAE, a much more developed market.
But he was pulled back to Syria. Instead of pausing, though, he pivoted. He decided to launch locally, test the product in a tough but familiar market.
But that came at a cost, right? The bureaucracy.
Oh, a heavy price. It took 18 months, a really tough slog, just to get the Syrian business license. And he had to compromise on some features to comply with local rules.
Wow, 18 months. But did it validate the idea?
It did. An initial 3-month go-to-market campaign brought in 5,500 users. So it proved the platform had appeal, even in that challenging environment.
Okay, so what is Al-Mukhtar then, in essence?
Well, it's not trying to be everything to everyone. It specializes by category. Think dynamic filtering for really precise searches, whether it's a specific car model or exact property feature.
Focusing on those high-value verticals first, real estate, cars. Makes sense.
Yeah, with a plan to expand later. And the name Al-Mukhtar, it reflects choice, al-ikhtiyar, and crucially, trust.
Let's talk about that trust aspect in Syria's unique market. Most classified stuff still happens on Facebook and Instagram, right?
Exactly. And those platforms, well, they notoriously lack advanced filtering and, importantly, trusted mechanisms. It's kind of the Wild West sometimes.
So Al-Mukhtar steps into that gap with verified listings, a more structured feel.
Precisely. And what's fascinating here is how IHAM tackles that deep-seated issue of trust, especially in real estate. You have these unreliable brokers, the dalal,
Right, I've heard about that. They can make things risky and inefficient.
and sometimes earn more than the property owner. So IHAM's strategy to build credibility is, well, pretty radical. Offer everything for free.
Completely free.
Yeah. He literally tells people, everything's free. I'll even pay from my own pocket to market your listing. It's a pure freemium model right now.
Wow. So the focus is purely on building trust and traction.
Entirely. He says, once I hit 100,000 active users on the app, then I'll move to the next phase. But until then, he's not even thinking about monetization.
That's a long game.
Yeah.
So what does this all mean for growth right now? Where's the focus?
For now, it's squarely on Damascus. That's where 70–80% of Syria's population lives, and where they're seeing the most meaningful traction, especially with car sales.
Makes sense to concentrate efforts there first.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this more. Running a tech startup in Syria involves, obviously, a unique set of challenges.
Oh, absolutely. You've got regulatory uncertainty, international sanctions hitting hard, limited infrastructure, a fragile legal environment. It demands incredible creativity and resilience.
Just day-to-day operations would be tough.
Hugely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, one immediate hurdle is just app distribution. Because of sanctions, app stores like Apple's often reject or block apps they think come from Syria.
So how does he even get the app out there?
VPNs, creative workarounds. He mentioned getting warnings like, careful, it looks like you're working from Syria. Just imagine that basic step being a constant battle.
Unbelievable. And then there's infrastructure.
Yeah, power outages, unreliable internet. These aren't occasional things, they're daily realities. As IHAM puts it, infrastructure development, especially electricity and connectivity, is the foundation. Without it, nothing sustainable can be built.
You can't build a digital business without reliable digital foundation.
Exactly. And then there's the critical life of capital. This is huge. Entrepreneurs are building ambitious things, but almost all are doing it with little or no funding.
So the need isn't more advice, it's actual investment.
That's what IHAM stressed. He said, the biggest need is for investors, not just more workshops. Founders already know what they need to build, they just can't raise the funding.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. Even if funding did magically appear, there are deeper ecosystem gaps, right? Like valuation.
You hit it. There are no standard ways to value a startup in Syria. Few firms have the expertise for proper financial assessments. Market data for metrics like user acquisition cost or retention, almost non-existent.
So how do deals even happen?
It means founders and investors have to rely much more on trust, on relationships, on a shared long-term vision, rather than neat spreadsheets and predictable models. It's a different kind of due diligence.
That reliance on trust really comes through. This raises an important question then. How do you enter a market like this as an outsider? What's IHAM's advice?
His advice is crystal clear. Don't come to Damascus and try to start something on your own. You won't understand the market fast enough. If you're serious, partner with someone who's already inside.
Local partnership is non-negotiable, basically.
Absolutely essential for navigating the nuances.
Okay, despite all these, immense challenges, you mentioned the Syrian tech ecosystem is showing some early signs of momentum.
It is, slowly, but yes. Regulatory barriers have apparently eased somewhat. New legal frameworks are being discussed. And Al-Mukhtar itself kind of represents this, built locally, under duress, but positioned to scale if things open up.
And you said IHAM repeatedly mentioned one person driving a lot of this change.
Yes, one name kept coming up, Ahmad Soufiane Bayram. IHAM called him one of the few actually executing. Ahmad, through his work founding Startup Syria and as general partner at Blackbox.
Blackbox, the VC firm focusing on challenging markets.
That's the one. Ahmad is laying critical groundwork. He's building the infrastructure the ecosystem needs.
Okay, let's unpack this. What initiatives specifically?
A key one is the Startup Syria Launchpad. Ahmad launched it to give founders inside Syria hands-on support, structured mentorship, and, crucially, real pathways to investment.
So practical help, not just talk.
Exactly. IHAM stressed it's one of the only credible vehicles we have for Syrian startups to actually access funding, a big difference from maybe shallower workshops in the past.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture of funding, Ahmad and Blackbox are launching a new fund.
Yes, specifically focused on backing Syrian founders on the ground. For IHAM, navigating Al-Mukhtar's early fundraising, this kind of strategic, long-term, aligned capital is paramount.
He doesn't want dumb money, essentially.
Right. He doesn't want to raise investment just to shut down later. He needs investors who get the long game in Syria.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Politically, perhaps? Ahmad's recent appointment as advisor to Syria's Minister of Communications and IT. That's significant.
Hugely significant. It potentially gives him a direct line to shape founder-friendly regulations, protect investor rights, push for legal frameworks that actually support tech innovation.
So bridging the gap between the grassroots builders and the policymakers.
Exactly. It strengthens his position to advocate for the changes the ecosystem desperately needs.
So what does this all mean? What's the takeaway on the current landscape?
Well, as IHAM made clear, Syria's startup ecosystem is definitely still emerging. It's early days. But it's not just theoretical anymore. Thanks to things like the Launchpad and leaders like Ahmad building those bridges, founder to investor, investor to policymaker, it's finally starting to, materialize.
The story of Al Mukhtar and the Syrian tech ecosystem isn't just about overcoming obstacles. It's about the deep human ingenuity and tenacity required to build a thriving future in the most challenging of circumstances.
Absolutely.
It shows us that true innovation often thrives where conditions are toughest, forcing a level of resilience and local adaptation that can make a startup truly ready for anything. For more stories like this, subscribe to Bayanat's newsletter and stay updated on the latest in MENA's tech and startup ecosystem.